Namaste, myself Anupam, and I will be discussing about Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, the epitome of management excellence. In management studies, quite often we come across management principles like lead from front, HRD, networking, talent recognition, and we always study, or we can say mostly we study the case studies which are originated from foreign authors or related to foreign studies. However, in Indian context or in Indian history, we have several great heroes from which we can learn management lessons, and that is what my point is. Now, why Shivaji Maharaj? When we try to answer the question for this, when we try to answer these questions, that who built Maratha Empire, or how Maratha Empire sustained for century, or why Aurangzeb could not win the Maratha Empire. Aurangzeb was we can say the most successful Mughal emperor, but still they couldn't win the Maratha. And when we try to answer these questions, we'll get the answer of Shivaji Maharaj, or I can say why Shivaji Maharaj. If we see, this is the map of 16th century and this is of 17th century, or sorry, 17th and 18th century. This green portion is Mughal Empire, and this orange portion is Maratha Empire. So what made to change the whole Mughal Empire to be converted, or actually more than Mughal Empire, was Maratha Empire. And this is where the reason lies in why Shivaji Maharaj. The Maratha power was recognized by the then Lord Metcalfe. He also said that India contains no more than two great powers. That is, one is Britishers and second is Maratha. She is Rajmata Jizabai, who was not only the mother of Shivaji Maharaj but also the creator of Shivaji Maharaj, who sowed the seeds of Swarajya. Swarajya means it's my kingdom, it's people's kingdom. And Shivaji Maharaj not only created but he flourished the Swarajya. Shivaji Maharaj's story is full of thrilling life, and at the same time several management lessons can be learned from Shivaji's stories. I will be discussing about only one point of Shivaji Maharaj's story, that is miraculous escape from Agra. Shivaji got captured in Aurangzeb's captivity, and no one could even imagine that somebody can escape from Aurangzeb's captivity. Shivaji not only thought on that, but he executed that escape, and that is the reason it is said that miraculous escape. For that escape, Shivaji Maharaj has used one biggest important principle of management, that is out of box thinking. Then if we see right above, we can say Shivaji was captured in Agra and his kingdom was in Maharashtra. So he has escaped and he traveled around more than 2005 kilometers within 35 days. What level of planning and execution needed for Shivaji Maharaj to execute that escape? Then Shivaji used one good engineering principle, that is redundancy and diversity, because not only Shivaji Maharaj captured, his son was also captured along with him. So they both escaped, but they both used two different routes, and that is the way beyond of that time. Thus, Shivaji has implemented out of box thinking, and he successfully could able to escape. That is the reason I am saying he had done SWOT analysis, that is strength, weakness, opportunity, threat. Then he has showed exceptional leadership. When the leader was himself captured, he could execute his escape not only for him but along with him, there were other 300 men with him. They also safely escaped from Aurangzeb's captivity. Thus, there are several lessons can be learned from this story. The implementation of Swaraj needed administration for the people or the administration for the society. Shivaji had a focus of system-oriented approach. Earlier, during those times, whatever the ruler used to say, that is going to happen. But Shivaji thought of beyond that, and he implemented all system-oriented approach. One of that is Raitwari system, in which he introduced the standardization of the system. Then pension scheme, Ashtapradhan Mandal, that is 8 ministers. Out of 8 ministers, 7 were for civil administration and 1 is only for army administration. Then he had some unique fort management system which can be compared with our democratic 3-pillar democracy, 3 pillars of democracy. That is, in fort management system, he had administrative officer, finance officer and military officer, all had the same powers. And that is the reason I am saying that it can be compared with the 3 pillars of democracy. Shivaji had a lot of respect for the environment. He had clearly instructed to the people that they should not cut the trees of mango and jackfruit, even though it is very much useful for his naval system. Secondly, he had a visionary approach for sighting the foreigners. Shivaji cited the danger of Britishers and he documented, he implemented his philosophy. And compared to that, we can see that Aurangzeb, the then empire of that Mughal, he allowed Britishers by giving the 3 villages, and Britishers constructed fort. In south, Shivaji purposely won the Jinji fort, and he created the fort in such a way that for the 7 years Mughal could not win and Swaraj could survive even after Shivaji's death. Shivaji had a respect for protection of the businesses inside the Swaraj. Once it happened in such a way that the Goa, which was under the Portuguese, they used to sell the salt, which was much cheaper than the salt in the Swaraj. So Shivaji instructed his revenue minister to apply heavy octroi so that the business inside the Swaraj can be kept alive. The core values, we generally talk about the core values, and Shivaji had a lot of importance for core values. And whatever the sentence we are seeing here were the sentences from his enemies. He had a lot of respect for women and others' faith as well, which is very new for that, which is very strange or way beyond his times. Then ethics were followed in Shivaji's management principles. He never allowed slave trading, nor for himself, and even he denied for the Europeans as well. Thus, he was a distinguished leader. We always see in management, we should reward the people after the successful implementation of the plan or after the success of the mission. However, Shivaji did something different. Even prior to the mission, he rewarded the people. Secondly, he had rewarded the people even the mission had been failed. Thus, there are some unique quality in Shivaji. Even his naval supremacy was noticed by Britishers. The world #1 naval forces of Britishers were defeated by Shivaji Maharaj. In his civil governance administration system, he had feedback mechanism and grievance redressal system. And he had the very good spy network. Why people love Swaraj? Why people went for Swaraj? That lies in Shivaji's management skill. In one of the siege of Ramsej, the fort had only 300 or 400 people, and it was attacked by Mughals with more than 20,000 army. And you know what? That fort had a battle and they fought with Mughals for more than 4 years. And it should be noticed it should be considered as a Guinness Book of World Record, because only with 300-400 men fighting with the more than 20,000 army for 4 years. And why it could happen, that is where Shivaji's management skill lies. Thus, what we can take, the key takeaways from Shivaji Maharaj, that he had a management with human touch. Thus, he created extraordinary history from the ordinary man. Great historian Jadunath Sarkar also termed Shivaji Maharaj as constructive genius of India. So my final conclusion is that we must create, we must learn, and we must cultivate the case studies based on Shivaji Maharaj's management principle. Because when the things are closer to us, we can be in a better position to understand and apply those management principles in our real life. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Anu.